Hey, it's Jen from Open Hearts Wellness. I'm here today with a really slow, grounded, rooted practice. This is meant just to allow us to release, let go, as well as ground ourselves and find a little bit of footing amongst some of the chaos. And to direct our practice today, I pulled a card from one of my favorite oracle decks. This one is Spirit Animal. It's created by Kale Clausen, and she is from, I believe, Fernie, British Columbia. A really awesome page if you want to go give her a follow on Instagram. So Kale with a K, Clausen. If you have questions about her, just give me a message and I'll send you her info. But the card I pulled today, and if you've been in class with me before, you've probably seen these cards, but the card I pulled today before class is Fox. And the fox represents in between, and I thought this was really beautiful and fitting given what's going on around us right now. But I'm just going to read you what she's written about Fox and what Fox represents. Fox reminds you that you are to honor and be at peace with the in-between times. Those times in life where so much just seems suspended or left hanging in the balance, where so much has potentially shifted, released, and ended, but where the way forward hasn't necessarily begun to unfold. Rather than fighting against the energy of these times, Fox guides you to do your behind-the-scenes work, your shadow work. This means that rather than forcing a project, relationship, or yourself forward, you're to hang back. You're to witness from the periphery in order to gather the information you need to make a study of your own being. This way, when the energy does shift and it is time to move forward, you will be fully ready, empowered, and capable to do so. Take the time and space. Allow yourself to move through the world unseen, bask in the anonymity. Find the freedom that exists in moving about completely unnoticed, but also recognize and make a study of the roots of any discomfort or fear that may arise from stepping back from the spotlight. What you can learn from the resistance that shows up in regards to becoming less visible in a world that thrives on visibility. With the most sacred sense of curiosity and the keenest of senses, explore your world and your place within it. Explore your heart and your spirit. Sit lovingly with resistance and fear and do your best to truly see what they are trying to show you. From the sidelines, you have a better vantage point to see what is working, teaching, and what no longer serves a purpose needs to be released. Become sharp in your vision of what you are being shown and of that what truly resonates with the wisdom of your heart. So let's give ourselves a permission to honor the in-between space. Let's give ourselves that permission just to step back and evaluate where we are and to maybe look at our shadows and some of our stuff that's ready to be released. So we're going to begin in a lying down position. If you have blocks at home, you can use one to find a supported fish position, or you can just lay right back onto your back. So rooting down through the soles of the feet, or guiding the soles of the feet together, or just stretching those legs out nice and long. We'll draw the shoulder blades down and back as we think about opening up through the heart space. And then really allowing the pelvis to get heavy, resting down into whatever surface you're lying on. So we allow ourselves to connect in with the breath. Noticing the inhale and where it's moving within the body. Noticing the exhale, the void that remains in the body after the breath. Nice slow breaths in, slower, longer breaths out. Moving through this grounding breath, a few cycles. Knowing that sometimes when we pause, find stillness and connect with breath, some anxious feelings may arise. So just continue Finding some grounding. One more breath here. Gently beginning to root down through the soles of the feet once again with the knees bent. If we're lying over a block or any other prop, just gently rolling to one side so we can release that, placing it out of the way. Rooting down through the soles of the feet. Let's place the palms of the hands facing down into the mat. And as we inhale, we begin to press into the feet as we lift the hips and then begin to peel the spine up off the mat. Exhale as we slowly release one vertebrae at a time back to our mats. So inhale as we rise. Exhale to release. Beginning to move at the pace and rhythm of your breath. Maintaining a really strong connection between the soles of the feet and the mat. Maybe even being a little bit more intentional about spreading the fingers wide and really rooting into the mat space. We'll find one more here. Lifting the feet as you draw those knees in towards the chest, holding either behind the knees or front of the shins. So we gently rock from side to side. If you like working with a strap, you could also wrap the strap around the front of the shins. Maybe finding some really small circles. Massaging it over the back of the pelvis, the sacrum. Releasing the soles of the feet down to the mat. We'll walk those feet out wide, about edges of the mat. So we begin to allow the knees to fall over towards the right. The arms may be stretching out wide like a T. But wherever we are, we'll draw those shoulders down and back so we're nice and rooted through the shoulders and open through the heart. Inhaling, we'll rock the knees through midline, and exhale as we settle into that left side. Then once again, just connecting our movement with our breath. Inhale through center, exhale. Just flowing gently side to side. We're not forcing any movement, rather just working within the range of motion available to us here on our mats right now. Maybe pausing to send a little bit of love and gratitude to our bodies for allowing us to be here on our mats, moving, thanking our bodies for the way that they allow us to move through our lives, through the world. And just accepting our bodies as they are here today, knowing that you are enough. Next time the knees fall over towards the right, we're going to find a little bit of a hold here. So want to stay nice and rooted into both shoulders. Optional if you want to begin to shift the gaze out over that left arm. Connecting in again with those nice long, slow breaths. One more breath here. Optional if you'd like to shift that gaze out over the right shoulder. So you get to connect in with those long, slow breaths once again. Our next inhale, let's draw those knees back up through midline, walking them back into about hip width apart as we draw the knees into the chest, giving ourselves a big hug. Once again, if we like using the strap, we can just wrap the strap over the fronts of the shins. Then releasing the feet back down to the mat. As we're ready, we'll take that right ankle crossing over the left knee. Some of us may want to use a block or some other support here. So if we're feeling a stretch and some sensation in that right hip, we can just stay here, maybe stretching the arms wide. If we're wanting a little bit more, optional if we'd like to place a block under that left foot, just lifting the floor up a little bit, or we could reach in behind that left thigh, drawing in a little bit closer. So you can find stillness here in this shape, or maybe finding some gentle rocking. Not forcing anything. Maybe just finding some comfort in the rhythmical swaying in the body. Once again, allowing the pelvis to feel really heavy, resting down into the mat. The shoulders rooted and grounded. You can stay here, optional if we want to begin to press that left heel up towards the ceiling. Just changing the sensation of the stretch here a little bit. Once again, finding stillness, or maybe finding some really subtle, gentle movement. One more breath here. That leg's extended, let's begin to draw that heel back down. So release that left foot all the way down to the mat. If we're using a block, just slowly sliding it out of the way. So we support that right leg back down. Taking a moment here, we're just going to stretch those legs out long. Maybe reaching the arms up overhead if you have space. Witnessing what's happening through the right side of our bodies. What's happening through the left side of our bodies. And then beginning to draw those heels up the mat space here once again. This time we'll take that left ankle crossing over right knee. Maybe choosing to stay here, rooted. You can use a block under that right foot, or reaching in behind. Maybe finding that gentle rocking movement side to side. Allowing the pelvis and the shoulder girdle and the entire spine to feel really heavy, rooted and grounded. And using that breath to let go of any heaviness in the body. Letting go of anything that's feeling dark or stagnant. Letting go of anything that's not our weight to carry. Maybe choosing to begin to press that right heel up towards the sky. Just changing the sensation of that stretch here a little bit. Staying really connected with the breath. Gently beginning to release that right foot back down to the mat space. Supporting that left foot back down to meet it. And then stretching those legs out long. Optional to reach those fingertips up overhead. And slowly tracing the heels of the mat space. Let's begin to roll over onto the right side body. You can use the tricep or the bicep here so it is a pillow. And just resting for a moment. Leaving as much of that heaviness behind as we begin to support ourselves back up to find a seated position here on our mat. And just choosing a nice comfortable seat, whether your legs are crossed or extended out long. If you're wanting a little bit more support through the low back, we could use a block or even a pillow or a cushion to sit up onto. Just lifting the hips up above the knees can provide a little bit more supportive position for the low back. So just taking a moment to figure out where you'd like to be here. And then once again, let's let that pelvis feel really heavy and rooted in. But then using that rooted energy to grow up tall through the spine, lengthening up through the crown of the head. Beginning to connect in with that breath once again. Let's think about sending that breath up and down the length of the spine. Without any judgment, maybe noticing any points of the spine that are feeling a little bit tight or carrying a little bit extra tension. And let's just focus some energy there. And on our next inhale, let's gently sweep those arms up overhead. And exhale, let's let the shoulders, arms, elbows, everything begin to get heavy. As we float those arms back down towards our side. So inhale as we reach. And exhale as we surrender. Inhaling to reach. And exhaling to let go. One more here. Good, beginning to move into that side body here a little bit. Inhale, reaching one arm up towards the sky. Exhale through midline. Just beginning to flow back and forth here. A pace and rhythm that feels good, safe, and supportive for you. Let's find one more on each side. Rooting in once again, sitting up nice and tall. Let's begin to find some gentle movement in the torso, so shifting side to side, front to back, and then maybe beginning to trace some gentle circles. So starting at our root, the base of the spine, and then maybe beginning to shift that movement further up the spine. Making sure that we're going both directions if we're moving in a circular motion. Pause from side to side, returning once again to midline. So we slowly begin to drop the chin to the chest on our exhale. Inhale, lengthening up long. Exhale, dropping chin to chest. And this time on our inhale, if it feels safe for you, maybe finding some gentle extension in the neck. Never forcing this movement. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, dropping that chin to chest. And the next inhale, let's gently begin to sweep one ear up towards the shoulder. Exhale through midline. Inhale, opening the other way. And just beginning to allow the head to swing back and forth. Kind of like a pendulum, but really nice and controlled. And if extension feels okay and safe for you, we can begin to find some really gentle full circles with the neck. Making sure we're going both directions. Returning through midline, rooting in, lengthening up, and taking a breath here. As we make our way into a gentle twist here, we'll extend one leg out in front, either drawing the other one in, rooted here, or crossing over, your choice. So we begin to lengthen up tall through the spine, and as we exhale, begin to turn towards that bent leg. So we want to feel really supported here. I often like to use a block behind me to rest my hand, so I can keep that really tall, supported position through the spine. So think about lengthening on the inhale, and as we exhale, maybe dropping or sinking a little bit deeper into that twist. One more breath here. Next inhale, let's unravel. Stretching both legs out long. Wiggle things out a little bit. If we're using a block or any other prop, we can place it beside us. If you don't have blocks at home, books can make great props too. So let's slide that other foot in, rooting down. Whatever variation you chose on the first side, let's find it on the second side. So if you crossed, you're going to be there again. If you're here, let's stay here. Inhale as we lengthen up tall, and exhale as we begin to open. Really maintaining the integrity in our spine. One more breath. And as we inhale, let's unravel, stretching both legs out long, give everything a little bit of a wiggle. Moving next into a forward fold here. So if you have a strap at home, you can utilize a strap. If you don't have a strap, a belt works great. Is we're gonna tuck, if we're using that strap, we're gonna just tuck it in the arches or at the balls of the feet. We can either have straight legs here or a nice gentle bend through the knees. If we don't have a strap, no worries, we can still find our fold. As we inhale, lengthening up nice and tall. Exhale, we begin to fold forward so that our bellies find our thighs. And the feet can be together here, we can be a little ways apart, whatever feels comfortable for you. So as we just find that hinged position, Really connected with the breath. Thinking almost about tucking that tailbone under to find length through the spine and really letting those hips get heavy. So there's a few options. We could stay just as we are, continuing to connect in with the breath. Or we could begin to round down through the spine, finding length through the back body. Also optional if you want to begin to send those heels out away from you, finding a little bit deeper stretch through the hamstrings, the backs of the legs. So really your choice, but we're going to stay here for about 10 breaths. That reminder once again to never force our bodies here on our mats, but rather just working within the space available to us right now. And then using our breath and time to hopefully open up more space. Also remembering to honor where we are here in this moment. Two more breaths here. Our next inhale, let's think about rounding up nice and slow, stacking our spine from the base all the way up. You're wanting a little bit of a counter pose, maybe reaching those arms back behind us, opening front body, maybe even lifting those hips up off the mat space. Good, and then let's shift those feet over one direction as we invite ourselves over to find our hands and knees. Spreading those fingers nice and wide, so we're really rooted into the palms of the hands. And either tucking the toes or releasing tops of the feet to the mat space. So begin to shift those hips side to side. And at the same time, maybe beginning to shift our gaze out over the opposite direction the hips are moving. Coming back through tabletop, let's walk those hands out just an inch or two as we really supported, lower ourselves down to the mat space. As we arrive here, we're going to find a nice, gentle heart opener. So a couple of options. We could stack the palms, resting the forehead to the backs of the hands. If we want a little bit more, maybe just using a block, a pillow, whatever you might have at home. Or we can begin to root into the forearms as we think about lengthening through the front of the body here. Wherever we are, let's stay really rooted through the fronts of the hips, engaging through those glutes and through our quads. We're kind of squeezing our butts a little here, so we're going to support that low back. And then instead of thinking about arching into our back, we're actually thinking about lengthening through the front of the body. Connected with breath. lifted, slowly releasing down, stacking palms and resting our forehead here for a breath. Then guiding those hands underneath the shoulders, let's begin to press the hips up and back, keeping the knees about hip width apart as we sit back onto the heels. And once again, a couple options. We can either rest the arms alongside the body, resting the forehead to the mat space or a support. Or we could stack the palms, resting our forehead here. So wherever we are, we want to feel really nice and supported. Allowing the shoulders to feel heavy as they pull down towards the mat, and we open up through the back body. One more breath here. Drawing the hands back under the shoulders, let's begin to press ourselves back up. So shift the hips over one direction, back through seated, and then we can begin to make our way all the way down to our backs. So we arrive here, just taking note if there's any other movements your bodies are needing or asking for. Maybe our knees to chest or our happy baby. Maybe we want to find that full body stretch once again, lengthening out, or a little bit more spinal rotation. If you're needing anything, please find it. And then as you're ready, just beginning to invite your body into whatever final resting position you're going to find here today. Whatever position we're choosing, we want to feel supported, held. Somewhere that we can allow our bodies to relax totally and completely. Allowing ourselves to get as heavy as we can. So we bring awareness to all the points of contact between our bodies and whatever surface we're lying on. Surrendering, letting go. Softening through the soles of the feet, the pelvis and the abdomen, the spine, the shoulders, the arms and hands. Relaxing through the neck as we allow the weight of the head to rest down heavy into the surface. Softening through the face, the jaw, the throat, the heart. gently, beginning to draw ourselves back to our breath. Beginning to invite some gentle movement to the fingers, to the toes. Maybe gently rocking the head from side to side. And if our legs are extended long, beginning to draw those heels up the mat space as we root down through the soles of the feet. Slowly rocking the knees side to side. Keeping the eyes closed or maybe beginning to gently blink them open. As we feel ready, rolling over to find that supported position on our right side. And only when we're ready, we can support ourselves back up to find seated here on our mats. Taking a few more breaths. Just allowing any of the heaviness that remains to just melt and slide away. Giving ourselves that permission to trust the in-between. To let go of where we were and what was. And to be open to whatever is to come. Giving ourselves the space to learn and work through whatever lessons are here for us now in this moment. Let's connect our palms as we draw them up to find the center of our heart. Taking time once again to send some love and gratitude within to our bodies, minds, and hearts. As we thank ourselves for showing up on our mats, for taking time for self-care, for self-love. The love and light within me sees and honors the love and light within you. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Namaste.